Hey everybody, Nhat Pham here, Chief Strategist at SUCCESSWERKS. Here we believe in the 5 M's of marketing. That's mission, market, message, methods, and lastly, metrics. First, mission. Why is it you do what you do? Like Simon Sinek says, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So what's your why? Also, part of that mission is what is your goal and your goal for marketing. Is your marketing for branding? Is it customer acquisition or lead generation? Maybe it's to drive word of mouth. Whatever it is for you, make sure you define this, as this will dictate your goals and actual numbers. Second, market. Who is it that you are serving? And please don't tell me everybody, because the more you can narrowly focus and target your market, the better you're going to hit the mark and ultimately hit your goals. So beyond just income, gender, and your typical demographic information, what is their persona like? What are their interests? What are they reading? What are they intrigued by? Know where they hang out, whether it's offline or online. Third, message. What is it you're trying to say to that audience? What's your story? Remember, based on your mission, whether it's in 140 characters, in a 2-minute YouTube video, or in a traditional ad. What's those messages that's going to resonate with your market according to your mission, your why? The right message can make or break a company. Next, methods. While we love digital and online strategies, we believe you can get additional boost and effectiveness through traditional methods as well, based on your product, services, market, and budget. Again, much of the methods you use may depend on your mission. These days, we definitely believe in a trackable approach. Whether you are using TV or print to drive folks back online or going purely digital, it needs to fit into your goals. Which brings me up to metrics. What stats are you going to use to judge success? A lot of people come to me and say, hey, Nat, it isn't working, but they didn't define what those metrics are and how important they are. So is it branding? Then we're just measuring items like views, likes, shares, and comments. Or if it's traditional methods, then audience reach through listenership, subscribers, or distribution numbers. But if it's a customer acquisition and we need to measure the actual leads that are coming in, then we need to track them through online inquiries, trackable phone numbers, and web analytics. From these metrics, we can then tweak these campaigns back in the message piece of the 5 M's. And if you find which one of those methods are working or not working, then we might need to change some of those methods that we're using. So let me illustrate the 5 M's to you in a story. It's a story I heard from a mentor, Mary Morrissey, and I'm going to paraphrase it here. This is a true story about a 3rd-generation barber in a small community in the Midwest. The shop had been handed down from his grandfather and developed not just a hair salon, but more of a community center where the farmers and families would come in and not only to get their hair done, but enjoy the coffee and donut bar and spend time with their neighbors, sharing the news, their farms, and their families. See, this shop had grown to include 10 stylists who cut all the men's hair and all the women's hair in their community. The owner's son, though, came home from graduate school one day over spring break to find his father depressed and reclusive. Finally, getting his father to share what the problem was, the father confided that there was a new national chain that had been moving across the country, bringing in cheap hair salon into all the different communities and driving everyone out of business. And so even though the community had loved all the work that he had done, the perms and the haircuts and the styles over the years, right down the street opened up this new shop. It offered $6 haircuts, person after person had left to go to this new low-cost shop. The father told his son, "There's absolutely no way I can compete with $6 haircuts." So much of the clientele had now gone to this new shop that he had no choice but to close his shop. After 3 generations, he said, "We're going bankrupt. I can't pay the stylist the overhead anymore." He just desperately said this to his son, put his hands over his face, and his son would not see the tears rolling out of his eyes. So after brainstorming several ideas, including coupons and closing the shop and others, they came back with this perfect message for their market that fits their mission of quality and community. The father implemented this idea within 6 weeks. Not only had his drop in clientele completely returned, but the number of customers was now 11% higher than ever in the history of the shop. Do you know what that idea was that turned sure failure into a new course of increased success? Well, it was this message that they work on. This idea was place a big sign on top of the shop that read, "We fix $6 haircuts." So you see, when you put together the 5 M's properly, you can truly realize your mission and your market. And those are the 5 M's: mission, market, message, method, and metrics. So those are the things to consider as you move into both marketing online and offline. So till we meet again, please connect with me on LinkedIn, friend with me on Facebook, follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Mention me, I promise I'll follow you back. Till then, be successful and stay social.